Alright, so finally got around to getting all the plumbing done. I did the best that I could with what I had. This 4-inch PVC is actually really brittle. It's supposed to be like, I think technically it's Schedule 40, but it's really thin compared to the other PVC. So here's some of the wonderful things when you're running a hole saw through and it just breaks and chops up half the pipe, so like the whole chunk under there is missing, but the cap, it's gonna retain water. So, and I didn't have any more pipe. Lowe's and Home Depot locally don't carry it. I have to drive about 20 minutes to go to an Ace Hardware out in the middle of nowhere. So this one is extra crooked. You can see how it leans, but the plumbing is straight, so that's just how it is. So the plants are going to lean a little bit. Not sure if I can really adjust it anymore. I mean, the key is that it actually works. So if they're a little crooked, so be it. And the only thing I didn't do was cement up the piping. We'll see how it goes with the slip fit. If not, I'll have to take it all apart and then glue it up. The idea is to not glue it, so I can actually service it if I have to, change a piece out, disconnect it, move it. Other than that, that's pretty much about it from getting everything done. Let's see if I can step back a little bit. Actually, here, let me click this button. So I've got to get some more net cups. I need to measure these and make sure I get the right size. Either that or I need to go to the hydroponics store and see if they have any in stock. They didn't have much in stock when I was there a couple weeks ago. So we'll see. They're actually cheaper at the hydroponics store than going to Amazon. But if I have to go to Amazon, I go to Amazon. Couple other not so great holes, but they'll hold the net cup. So I mean, that's all that matters, right? That it holds the cup. And then this is not intended. Let's see here. This is not intended to be used. That's where I basically drilled the service port, but this cup will actually sit in there and can be usable, but then you're going to get roots and everything going down there. The other thing that I did, I guess I should have left an end off and showed a picture, but I basically cut some crosshairs in there to get the water level a little closer to the bottom of the tube. That's the hardware I had at hand. I saw, what was it, MHP Gardner, he had some other kind of tubes and some better connectors, and it was kind of neat. So I guess I could technically do it here. So what you could do is you could put a short piece of pipe in there and with some drain holes and adjust the water level inside the tubes. That one cracked. You can't really see it that well in the video, but you can see where the crack goes. Again, it'll hold water. That's halfway, so I mean it's only going to have maybe probably below that line. Well, it's going to have to, right, or that tape's not going to hold. But again, all it has to do is hold the cup, so that one's going to fit a little snug, but whatever. Yeah, that's about it. What a pain. In the future, depending on how these work out, or if I need to do any additions, like I said before, there's room to, depending on how big you're going to grow your plants, I could get 4 or 5 pipes in here if I got rid of these and went with the vinyl square tubing. I think they're technically downspouts, but those would be a heck of a lot easier to drill the holes as well. But anyways, it's a way to get started and experiment with it, and who knows, like I said, I'll go measure and price out the square piping. It'll be a lot easier to deal with for sure. Really the only thing left to get all of this running is just fill up the IBC tote, which you can kind of see outside, and get the pump turned on in here. Everything else is as it was. All the buckets, I haven't rehabbed those to get ready to go. I'm hoping to find that BVP grow medium and ditch all these buckets and actually get rid of all of the white PVC drain tube and get rid of the reservoir. That is the goal, but we'll see. It's been a week with the seeds and a little bit of moisture hanging out in here. They're doing really well. So, trying to remember what was what. This is a Swiss chard, you can tell because you can actually see the red there. This is one of the pelleted ones because I can see the pellet on the top. I'm not sure what those were. Trying to remember what all of these are. This whole 2 rows here is the leaf lettuce. I think it's the Tropicana or Tropical. There's your cucumbers. I've got 2 or 3 seeds in each one, and then I'll just pluck whatever I don't need. You have to go back to the other video and take a look at the what these other seeds are. These are starting to sprout a little bit slower. I think these were the peppers. These 16 are the bobcat tomatoes, so it looks like all of them germinated. I don't even think there's any seeds down in there, so I guess it's one less, but it looks like they're all sprouting. This one's taking its sweet time, but looks like, I think except for the one that looks like I missed seeds, and I could have swore that I was careful to do that. I'm not sure what's going on with these 4. It's almost like there was a spider in here. You can kind of see the spider web going on. And you can see where apparently I dropped one of those little bok choy seeds there and there. So there's a couple of stragglers, so we'll clean those up later. Actually, I see a root. That's kind of cool. Check those out. So looks like I need to put a little bit of water in the bottom, even though these cubes are moist. Since we've got roots coming out the bottom, we need to feed them. So other than that, the goal is get all those lettuce going. So there's like 16 there, so that's almost 2 tubes. See, these tubes are a little big for the smaller lettuce, but the tomato plants aren't going in the tubes. There's a cherry tomato. There's 2 pepper plants. I don't remember which is which, doesn't matter. None of those are going into the tubes here in the hydroponics. So and then some of it was do a couple extras in case you know, things didn't germinate, or if things are really getting cramped for space. And I really hate these tubes. They suck to drill those holes in. A nice square one with some smaller net cups like this size, or maybe even the next size down, would probably be ideal. And then the other thing, like Spring Hill Farms in Canada, they use a different type of eave trough, and it's a lot shallower, and they just have these holes in there, and they just put that little cube in the bottom of the tube, and they don't even use net cups. So I thought I'd do a mixture of net cups for some of the bigger things, and I want to throw some strawberries in here too, so I might have to get the 3rd shelf, which is just a 2x4s, right? I might have to get the 3rd shelf in here, and maybe put the strawberries at the bottom and let them dangle down to the floor or to the ground. So yeah, that's about it. It's been 35-ish in the mornings, fairly consistent. As far as when I wake up in the morning, you know, 7-ish. So inside it's probably, even though the plastic is supposed to give you 6 or 8 degrees, it's a little cooler in here, and I'm not sure if this thing is calibrated. I mean, when it's sitting on the wood is actually a certain, it's below like 35, 32 degrees. No frost on the ground, so it's probably just above freezing. And then in daytime, it's getting about 55 fairly consistently. Geez, I can't even speak today. Which gives you about 80-ish in here, and the days are starting to get longer. So we'll see what happens. But that's the update.